After what felt like an eternity of anticipation, speculation, and months of waiting, the final season of My Hero Academia is finally here. This is it, the beginning of the end for what could have been considered one of the best shonens of the last decade, and the debut episode has landed with a mighty but measured thud. Because here's the reality check. The thing that immediately drags this premiere down, for all the epicness that the new content gives us, this episode opens with a frustrating and completely unnecessary rehash. Fully half of the runtime is dedicated to replaying the climax of the previous season, showing the beginning of the Armored All Might's final stand against All for One. We waited a whole year to see where the story goes next, only to be given maybe 10 minutes of actual new footage packaged into a 22-minute slot. It's a puzzling choice for a final season premiere, leaving the audience feeling cheated out of the start they deserve. Luckily, once the episode moves beyond the recap, the true brilliance of Studio Bones shines through, and the action sequence immediately hit a crescendo. The title itself, Toshinori Yagi Rising Origin, tells you everything you need to know. The narrative pivots to focus on the man, not the myth. It's about the sheer, unwavering will of Toshinori Yagi, the man we all know as All Might. In this intense clash, we get an amazing new detail about the Iron Might suit. It's more than just armor, it's a support system that allows the Quirkless All Might to utilize versions of his students' quirks. We see him use powers inspired by Floppy, Todoroki, and more to stand against his greatest rival. This detail has a profound, almost poetic meaning. All Might isn't fighting on the strength of some divine power anymore. He's literally sustained by the legacy of his students and the hope for the future that he had to forge. But let's be clear about his strategy, because the plan of All Might was never to actually defeat All for One. His goal is to contain him for as long as possible, to prolong the fight just long enough for the rewind effect to accelerate and leave the villain utterly defenseless. He doesn't need to win, he just needs to outlast him. All for One, being the terrifying genius he is, he decides not to unleash his full force. His refined strategy isn't about physical destruction, it's about psychological warfare. All for One dedicates his energy to crushing All Might's spirit and legacy, repeatedly emphasizing the insignificance of a hero without a quirk. He wants to shatter the symbol, not just the body. Yet, despite the overwhelming power difference, despite All for One demonstrating that he barely needs to try to inflict damage, he fails to break All Might's determination. The Quirkless hero stands firm and declares that even if he dies, someone else will pick up his remnants and carry on. It's a powerful, core-shaking moment that reinforces the true strength of Toshinori, his spirit. This is also where we get another awesome revelation. All Might reveals his fighting style is now inspired by Star and Stripe. This subtle detail reinforces the mutual respect and shared heroic passion between the two greatest heroes, even without them ever having a formal mentor-protégé relationship. Moving away from the All Might battle, the episode delivers another crucial character moment, featuring Yuga Aoyama, an invisible girl. The confrontation with the villain Kuneda becomes arguably the most important heroic moment these two have had in the entire series. It's crucial because both characters have, for different reasons, been relegated to either the background or the comedic relief role. Aoyama, of course, has the weight of being the revealed UA traitor hanging over him. Giving them a notable victory here is fundamental to their character growth and their place in this final arc. In the heat of battle, Aoyama's quirk undergoes an unexpected evolution. Working with the Invisible Girl, he's able to channel his laser into a powerful, decisive attack. The victory comes at a cost. Toru suffers the consequence of having her quirk nullified. This moment is massive for analytical fans who could argue about how this happens and compare the outcome to the power of Eraserhead. But I think the author just wanted to give the fans a little bit of fan service, of course. The animation here does a fantastic job of showing the severity of the situation. Every frame makes it evident that Aoyama is dealing with tremendous internal pain as he continues to push his sparkle. Before we return to the final climax, we have to acknowledge the familiar flaws. In moments of intense action, the episode still falls victim of the classic shonen trope where characters like All Might pause the fight over to explain their moves, a habit that feels dated compared to the modern pacing of other popular action anime nowadays. Now, the adaptation itself is where things get tricky. While the anime sticks truly to the manga, a move I will usually applaud, it's executed so faithfully that it offers virtually zero surprises. For hardcore manga readers, this level of precision might actually leave them wondering, is it even worth watching the anime when it's a perfect replica? Finally, returning to the core battle, as All Might prolongs the fight, All for One's ego only seems to grow, strengthening his confidence that his victory is inevitable. This overconfidence is the very factor All Might continues to exploit, searching for that momentary surprise attack. And that brings us to the ultimate surprise, the arrival of the hero killer, Stain, who decides to join the battle and aid All Might. Stain's motivation is simple. In his eyes, All Might is the only person worthy of the title of hero. His willingness to risk his life is the ultimate validation of Toshinori's spirit and a thrilling way to cap off the new content. Toshinori Yagi Rising Origin is ultimately a deeply flawed but undeniably brilliant season premiere. It failed to give us the plus ultra entrance that we deserve due to the agonizing recap, but the new content delivers on every promise. The emotional stakes, the beautiful animation, the profound character moments for All Might and Aoyama, and the shocking climax with Stain were all perfect. If this level of detail, emotional storytelling, and visual quality holds true for the rest of the final season, then this will be an unforgettable conclusion to the series. We just have to hope that Studio Bones keep it up to the end. Now, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Jack's Mangaverse for more videos like this. And until next time, bye!